slick as I mentioned.
We were trying to be fancy there. Hi everyone, it's Lisa from Errol Street Chiro here, and I'm with Simon from Back Care and Seating, who has been very kind to take up some time to have a chat about chairs. And offer setups, because a lot of people are being forced to work at home, study from home, and they don't have that opportunity to bring all their offers from work home. So what we're seeing as chiropractors is that more and more people have got back aches and neck aches and shoulder aches, and they're just really struggling. So we're going to help to make it easier today by going through 5 really important little checklists that you kind of would like, really you should be running through when you're looking at a great office chair. Okay, so it is a really important investment to make in really that setup around studying and working at home. So, Simon, what's the number one thing that we should be looking at when we're looking at a chair?
The number one thing that we're seeing that can cause some issues, particularly in the home environment, is people sitting in inappropriately sized chairs. And what I mean by inappropriately sized sort of refers mainly to the seat depth. We see a lot of people sitting in chairs where the seat pan is well and truly too deep. That manifests in people sort of perching on the end of the chair and not utilising the backrest. Similarly, people utilising a chair that's too small, they get that sort of cut-off pressure point in the back of their hamstrings, and that sort of forces them to do the similar thing and actually perch on the end of the chair, and the backrest becomes redundant. So, you ideally want it so that when you're sitting in the chair, that between the front of the seat pan and the back of your knees, you should have 3 to 4 fingers there. Okay,
so this one is too big for me. This seat is too long for me because my knee just comes right up to that seat. So you need kind of those 4 fingers?
Yes,
that's
3 to 4 fingers is
3 to 4 fingers.
A good way to go. Yep.
Between the back of your calf and the back of the chair, as long as your back is right up against the seat.
Yep.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, okay. That's going to give you optimal sort of support along the hamstring, but not impede on the back of your knees there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, what else? What about lumbar support? Because everyone wants to know about lumbar support.
Yes, lumbar support, we think it's super important, and there's a good evidence base to ensure that you've got 3 points of contact in the chair. So you want to have back support, you want to have seat support, and you want to have your feet either contact with the floor or a footrest if necessary. A lot of chairs, ideally you want a chair that has height adjustable backrest on it so that you can get it into the small of your back. Yeah.
And you've got some chairs that are adjustable in terms of that lumbar support. You can have more or less,
yes.
Correct?
Yeah, we've got, most of our chairs come with lumbar depth adjustment. So that will be via like a pump like this. I'll see if I can get this in screen. So we've got here a lumbar pump. Just by pumping up that increases the amount of support in the back, and you can obviously reduce the air in that area too. So it's all sorts of different mechanisms and bits and pieces that enable that adjustment, but that is certainly a good one to have in the chair if you can get your hands on the chair with that.
And does that back rest come up?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this moves in height as well, which is one of the most important adjustments you can get in a chair, is having that independent back height adjustability.
So you've got the seat that you're on, you've got that lumbar support, and you want that back part that your back is sitting on to be adjustable. So your 3 points of contact, they're great, so you really want that lower back to be touching the chair. Obviously you want your legs and your bottom on there without it touching your calves. You want that 3-finger gap, and then you want your feet flat on the ground, whether it's on the ground or on a footrest, depending on your size.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. The next most important adjustment is your back angle recline.
Yep.
So you want to be able to manipulate that angle there. The evidence base at the moment says that we benefit from being slightly behind 90 degrees. We don't want to be completely upright. We won't be able to maintain that posture throughout the course of the day. So you want the backrest to be slightly kicked back around that sort of 100 degrees so that you're sitting back into the chair, but you've still got that support through the lumbar.
Okay, that's cool. What about armrests?
Now that they are adjustable in height, there's actually a good evidence base for them. Their best use is for transferring in and out of the chair, obviously, because that's when we're most susceptible to potential injury if we do have some acute back injury happening.
Absolutely.
But it's also secondary to that. It can be good to sort of help any thoracic and cervical issues and releasing a bit of tension. So having them adjustable so that they can go down low enough to get in close to the desk, but high enough to support you when required is important. So if you are going with arms, ensure that they are adjustable.
Yeah, make sure that you tick those boxes when you're looking for a really, really good office chair. Because as much as we all know to do all the right things, like get up every half an hour or, and exercise during the day, but we're still sitting for, if you're working and studying, 6 to 7, maybe even more hours a day. So it's really important to have a really good supportive chair. What else have we not touched on then, Simon?
There is seat tilt adjustability as well. So the ability to...
is that a lot of people aren't sure about what sort of fabric, do you get a fabric one? You did mention that the mesh backs don't seem to work as well in terms of that adjustability. Yeah,
a lot of the mesh chairs as a general rule don't have as much adjustability as upholstered chairs. From a material mesh versus upholstery, certainly we find in our experience for longevity that upholstered chairs do provide the appropriate support for a longer period of time. But as a general rule, I think a safe bet is to go for an upholstered back chair. The other thing too is making sure that you've got a good floor underneath you. Yes.
Because what I find too is that when people are working from a couple of monitors and then they're on carpet, they're not able to really get that movement in that chair. So having a mat underneath your chair is really important. If you need to shift your chair left and right as you're, you make sure that you're in front of that screen. So that's
also,
just another thing.
there's some good things we can do with the casters as well. So for example, if you've got a firm, hard floor, we can put softer casters on it so that it doesn't slide around as easily. Similarly, on carpet, we can put a more freewheeling caster. So we sort of adapt the chair as much as we possibly can to suit the environment.
That's great. All right, that's another extra tip there.
Yes.
Please. Back Care and Seating guys are here in Rathdown Street. Obviously, at the moment it's more online. So what Simon has done, we've got a really simple spreadsheet to see what you actually like in a chair and factor in your size and price range, and then from that we can then work out a chair that would suit your size and all those variables that you perhaps would like, whether it's armrests or no armrests and things like that. So, and then also what is fabulous about these guys is that you can trial a chair, because it's not simple to be finding a chair online. It's you've got to be sitting in it several hours a day. So this is a great service because I personally wouldn't be buying a chair unless I tried it. So if you are interested and you do need that chair, then just let these guys know, let me know, and I'm sure they will look after you.
We do 1 week trial, so that gives you a good opportunity to really test and see whether the chair's suitable for you. We think it's a really important prerequisite to buying chairs, to make sure you know what you're buying and what you're sitting in. So that's a free, obligation-free service that we provide. So see you if you need any assistance.
I don't know if anyone else does that, but I think that's a pretty good deal. All right, guys. Well, now if you have watched this video and you have any questions, you can just comment below, or I will put all the details of Back Care and Seating on this video, so then you can contact these guys or ask questions in terms of ergonomics or anything like that. And we thank you for watching, and thanks Simon for your time today. So thank you.
Thank you for coming.
That's okay. We'll see you all next time. Bye for now. Cool.
Good job.
Yay.